I'm with John Arbaugh, the Executive Director at Tyler ISD, and I am interviewing John about his recent accomplishment of obtaining the CETL certification. John, can you share with us what value you've seen as a result of obtaining your CETL certification?
Well, I think for many years, as a technology person in a school district, you were looked at as somewhat of an outsider. You weren't necessarily from an education background, and so you didn't always have, I think, the respect of your peers. But because the CETL exam encompasses the whole CTO framework that's been established, it really shows us as a well-rounded and knowledgeable person, not just in technology, but in the full operations of the school district. And I think that builds great assurances with our staff, our superintendents, other senior staff members, that we're more than just a technology person. We're really part of the whole team.
All right, thank you very much. I'm with Adam Find, the Chief Technology Officer at Midway ISD. And Adam, I'd just like to ask you, it's been a year since you took your certification for the Certified Educational Technology Leader certification. What advantages, what insights would you share about your accomplishment in having the certification?
So one of the primary reasons I wanted to take the certification was to help build my background and information in those items that I wasn't as strong at, specifically instructional technology. One of the things that the exam really helped me with was focus on all of the core areas of what we're covering under the CTO CETL exam. So the framework helps build that information that we all need to have as CTO leaders in our school district to give us a better understanding of where everyone comes from. It's not that we didn't understand instruction before, but it actually helped enhance my teaching and learning with what those folks are facing in the classroom. So I think it really builds upon what you know and helps enhance your horizons to help you go further down the road.
Okay, thank you, Adam. Yes, I'm with Bill Lovelace, the Director of Technology at Lubbock Independent School District. And Bill, you've recently obtained your CETL certification. It's been exactly a year. And what value, what information could you share with those that might be considering the certification?
Well, the process was probably as important as the end result, which was the certification, but it was a tremendous process. I think we had an 11-week study course, went through many aspects of the framework. It really broadened my career goals and where I can go career-wise. I think one of the biggest things I learned, I come from the infrastructure side, and I felt like infrastructure was an end in itself. And really infrastructure is to support instruction. So that was a huge thing for me. Then I have been working with the people that are taking the CTL course. We've had another study group this year. Terry Driscoll, our CTO, has been leading that. It's about 12 people. And that's been a great process to kind of encourage them in taking the test.
So tell me a little bit about that. You've got, I think they're taking the test today at
Yes.
the end of our clinic. You say you have 12 potential
Yes.
CETL leaders. That's fantastic. So what have you done to help prepare them?
Well, we had, similar to the study group that we had last year, we had met for 11 weeks.
Right.
Terry led, or each one took a turn leading the group and doing each section. And I'm going to proctor the exam, and so I've just been trying to encourage them on not what's on the test, but just what to expect, and encourage them if they can do it. And it's a great process to go through.
Well, I applaud you for your efforts, because last year when we were going through the process, it did take a lot of time to think that you're stepping up and now helping 1 year later proctor 11 new certified educational technology leaders is significant. And I know I appreciate your work, and I'm sure that on behalf of COSN, they appreciate your work as well. So thank you very much, and good luck this afternoon.
Thank you.
I'm with Frankie Jackson, CTO of Software. Our question today is, what has the CETL certification given you in understanding and insights, and what do you have to talk about that?
You know, when it was exactly 1 year ago, we took our exam for the CETL certification, and that exact day that I took the test, I was offered a new position with Cypress Fairbanks ISD. They're the third largest district in the state, and I had on my resume and even in my interviewing process highlighted the value of the certification, even though I was taking the test at the end of the conference last year. I did end up passing the certification, and later, once I started to work for Cypress Fairbanks, I was told that that was a key discriminator in the selection process. Whenever I had that on my resume and felt confident that I was going to be able to pass, and so I felt like that was one benefit. The other is that within Cyfair, after 6 months of my being in the district decided to go out for a very large bond with a technology component, and I used many of the skills that I learned in the framework to plan through strategic planning, including stakeholders, establishing a vision, and preparing that bond, which it was very successful. It's a $1.2 billion bond with $218 million set aside for technology, and I felt like having the certification was certainly an asset. During the process, once the board issued the approval to go out for the bond, we started getting questions from the community, and I had several community members ask me about the CETL certification, and I felt like that gave me some amount of additional credibility that I needed to be able to respond. I had the CETL certification in my signature and my email, and I had several ask, well, what exactly is the certification all about? I was able to explain it to them, point them to the website, and again, it was just that extra added level of credibility that established a rapport that I really appreciated, and so I certainly am part of the CETL Ambassador Program, and am looking to promote the program as much as I can. So, thank you.
Excellent.
I'm with Jeff Harris from Weslaco ISD, and Jeff, we worked together as we prepared for the CETL certification, and I remember us having many conversations about the value of the certification, but now it's 1 year later. Maybe you can share with us what you feel the value of the certification has brought to you personally.
Well, I have to say that going into it, I've got 19 years in the position, and going into it, I really didn't think I had that much to learn. But as I started going through the study materials, I realized that there were a lot of things that I'd taken for granted over the years. So it really gave me an opportunity to kind of hone up on some of those skills that the CTO needs to have. In addition to that, it made me recognize that there's some issues within our district that I really wasn't seeing because we all get so busy in our job. We're doing the day-to-day things that need to be done. I didn't realize that we had so much siloing going on in the district, and that's something that we really need to work on. As we promoted the district vision, I really didn't understand going through it in the beginning just how important it was to get that stakeholder buy-in. And I'm kind of seeing now, after having gone through the CTL training process and getting the certification, that all those things are important, and there's so much to learn in this program.
Well, you know, you're one of our board members in the Texas State chapter, and do you feel that there are any components of the framework that have helped you be more productive and more successful as a board member?
Oh, absolutely. Certainly the communications aspect. I mean, it's really hard to go into specific detail about one thing, because I think all 10 skills of the CTO are important. And I think that the CETL program just really prepares you in all facets.
All right. Thank you. Good morning. I'm with Victor Valdez from Pflugerville ISD.
It's Valdez.
Good morning. I'm with Victor Valdez from Pflugerville ISD, and I just wanted to talk to you about your experience with the CETL accomplishment that you achieved last year, and just get your insights about what value it's brought to you personally over this year.
You know, the CETL certification for me was very eye-opening in that you take on this role as a CTO and a director of technology, CIO, whatever you'd like to call the position, and you get so busy with the day-to-days, and you don't really realize that every day you come in, you're either building relationships, working on strategic planning, you're building bridges with curriculum and instruction, you're working on infrastructure, you're looking at policy and procedure, and you get so bogged down every single day with what you're doing that you don't get a chance to take a step back and realize that there really is a formalized structure behind all of that. And the CETL framework and the certification gives you that opportunity to take that step back and realize this is what I do every day, but now I have an opportunity to understand what and why I'm doing this. And that framework is so critical for people to realize that on a daily basis that everything ties together between your office and the offices of instruction, all the policies and procedures, and really understanding what the role of the CTO is in an organization as they develop strategic planning and visioning to meet the needs of the organization.
You know, you recently shared with me that your district went through a process over about 5 or 6 months looking for a new student information system, and I think it was also a business financial management system. Was there anything in the framework that you used to help you in that selection process?
Every single bit of it. I think the most critical component that we looked at was, of course, the strategic planning. The 7-month process that we took on wasn't necessarily because we wanted to take so long to do it. It's not like we had time to kill. But taking that long-term process really gave the district the understanding that this was not something that technology was pushing forward. This was an identified need of the district and understanding that the systems that we're using today are incredibly outdated. So getting an understanding of how to really build a plan to strategically involve as many stakeholders as possible to get that buy-in to understand that it's going to be 7 months to figure out what product you want and why you need it, and then realize it's going to be 12 to 18 months after that of very, very hard, difficult work to make this happen effectively and without any major issues to realize that success is key to a project success overall. Getting that buy-in from everyone, understanding that as the district moves forward, something as simple as an application that you use on your desktop can impact the district strategically as the district tries to evolve into the next generation of day-to-day operations.
And those skills that you were able to learn in the study program were directly tied to your level of success, would you say?
Absolutely, absolutely. There are so many things, like I said earlier, you take for granted on a day-to-day basis without understanding that there is a formalized process to everything that you need to do in this role, and this framework has given you the opportunity to realize what those are.
Okay, thank you very much.